Yes, it's culinary battles of their life. This time, we're looking for a team of two, a cook and a helping hand, to battle it out with their contenders for the ultimate share of 100,000 Ghana cedis total prize. Are you that family? Friends, maybe? Then pick a team of two, the cook and the helping hand. All you need is one, a picture of your team with any of the Onga variants. Two, a picture of your unique finished food and your team name. Send these details to 0551 411 122 and stand the chance of winning big from our 100,000 Ghana cedis prize pool.
Entries end on the 7th October 2021.
On Galicious Family Battle. Do it with your family.
Drive time on Joy 99.7 FM.
Up out of there.
Ain't nothing but against the party.
Drive time on Joy 99.7 FM.
Our Drive Chat is brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go, and Access Bank, more than banking. Onga Chicken Tablet, Mama's Helping Hand. Onga, proudly Ghanaian. MTN is saying there is good news for small to medium scale business owners. Small to medium scale business owners. With SME Plus, you get to manage all your operational costs in communication. This service simply allows you to choose from affordable packages and enjoy talk time, SMS, data, and business content all bundled in one subscription. Listen to it very well. This service actually allows you to choose from affordable packages and enjoy talk time, SMS, data, and business content all bundled in one subscription. The other exciting news is you get free on-net calls every Monday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Simply dial *506# to sign up today. WhatsApp or call them on 0244 308 111 for more information and stay connected everywhere you go. And of course, I have my doctor and my dietitian in the house. Dr. Yao Osafo, Mema Wakwaba.
Yeah,
But do you speak fancy?
Oh, few.
Oh, this one crashes. I don't speak fancy. Hey, you have to say.
My wife is from that side of Ghana. But,
and you are saying few.
But we met in Accra.
Oh, okay, I get it. But I hope you're doing great.
It's been a wonderful week.
Look, you see,
so
this conversation that we are having, Philip should have at least been a bit considerate.
Oh, why?
You don't bring such a topic when I'm here. It's not as if I'm saying I'm obese. So I'm not obese. I'm not. Guys, please go on to Facebook. We are streaming live on Facebook. Joy FM, Joy 997 FM. Okay, that's our handle. But Charlie, please. You the man someone has some obese. Like me. Doc, you know why I'm saying this? People came under my post on Facebook and they are saying, hey, I saw this topic there. I'm like, Oh. Anyway, Doc, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And Yaira, Charlie, how are you doing?
I'm good.
I hope you're great. That's nice. You know, last week we started our conversation on obesity. It was really good. The letter that we got from the lady was quite touching, and I know very well that a lot of people can actually relate. And today we are going to go forward to find out how we can actually lose obesity. How can we do away from obesity and stay healthy? Right. So, Doctor, just kindly quickly run us through what we discussed last week in case anyone didn't listen.
Right. So, Kofi, thanks again for having me, having us. Last week we did started a conversation about obesity as part of our series on nutrition for the month of September, and we are rounding it all up today. Hopefully we're able to get through all of it. So last week we mentioned some very important facts that I would like to remind all of us about before we start. 43% of all Ghanaian adults are either overweight or obese, according to a very recent study. The prevalence is more in urban dwellers compared to rural dwellers.
Right.
Again, the prevalence is higher in women compared to men.
Right.
Globally, the picture is no different. If you look from the period between 1980 and now, we have increased the numbers by 200% globally, 200% in a very, very short period. So obesity is a major, major health problem, but it is also one of the most blatantly ignored problems. In our part of the world or in other parts of the world, it's not only just the way you look, but then there are also very serious health problems associated with obesity, and that's why we talk about it. There are mental health issues associated with obesity because people have very low self-esteem. It increases your risk for developing hypertension, type 2 diabetes, osteoarthritis, cancers of every kind, or almost every kind, and many other health challenges. So the impact, we believe, of obesity on life expectancy is the same as the impact of smoking.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
And that's also one of those very, very stunning statistics about obesity. So, and I believe last week too, we also discussed the etiological classification, as in the root causes, where it comes from.
Yeah.
Right, that's not only dietary. That seems to be the focus most of the time.
Yes,
if somebody is obese, then we always want to look at the dietary,
and all that.
the dietary bit.
Right.
So that's by way of recap from last week. We had lots of messages coming in. People called me up during the course of the weekend and then this week as well, asking, okay, what can I do about it? What can I do about it? And I said, okay, hold your horses. We'll try and talk about it this week. So, Kofi, there are 4 main approaches to tackling obesity.
4. Okay.
4 main approaches, and we usually would mix all of them, or we'll mix 2 of them most of the time. One of the difficulties with obesity is trying to understand on a case-by-case basis what actually caused it. So you don't just look at your patient and think that, okay, per your BMI and your abdominal circumference, and today if I find Samifosin, I will demonstrate.
I saw some tape measure. I don't know.
Oh yes, I got it
I
for
hope
him.
you did it. Okay, great.
But if I don't get into them, Kofi, we will use you. So if I find something, we'll do the abdominal circumference.
Right.
If you're a man and your abdominal circumference is more than 40 inches or say 38 inches, then would say you have abdominal obesity.
Okay.
If you are a female and you are 36 inches or more, then we would say you are obese.
Okay.
If we're using the body mass index to the BMI calculator, then if you are above 25, then we would say between 25 and 30, then we would say you are overweight. If you are 30 and above, then we'd say you are obese.
Okay, before you move on, I checked my BMI the other time.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did. But has it got something to do with also your age?
Well, so the BMI calculator is generally reserved for adults.
Okay.
We've got BMI charts specifically for children as well. So we can use it for children as well. But there are BMI charts for children specifically. So you can't use that BMI calculator for a child. So what we would find generally on Google is for adults.
Okay.
It's for adults.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So, and you checked yours and it was...
I think it was 25.
Oh, Kofi.
Yeah.
We'll have to check it again.
Okay, so does it mean that does it mean that I'm not obese?
See, Kofi wants to put us in there. Kofi wants to test blessing. You will come back.
Anyway, I know today we're going to find out. We have the tape measure.
Right.
But let me remind our listeners that our phones will be activated. All the questions that you have, you can actually give us a call. Doctor is in here. Yaira is in here. She's a dietitian. She's going to talk about. We have about 4 different ways to tackle obesity,
right.
And one of them would be the dietary modification, which Yaira will talk about. So, Doc, please take it away.
Right. So, one of the first strategies we will do is to make an accurate diagnosis of the problem.
Okay.
And once we have an accurate diagnosis and we are able to say, you know what, this is not a medical condition, and if we treat the medical condition, the problem with obesity goes away, then we would look mainly at physical activity and exercise. That's always one of the approaches, the first major approach. When we talk about physical activity, we've got a very simple definition, and Kofi, I'll hit you with it.
Okay.
Bodily movement produced by your muscles that require energy expenditure. Bodily movement. All right?
Okay.
By your muscles that require energy expenditure. So that's what we mean by physical activity. When we talk about exercise, then we're talking about a planned and a structured, repetitive form of physical activity. So that's exercise. It's
like
planned.
jogging?
Yes, like jogging.
Like lifting weights?
Like lifting weights, like cycling, like swimming,
Okay.
like playing a sport, tennis.
Right.
You know, so it is planned, it's structured, it's repetitive. So physical activity and exercise is one of the major strategies. Now, I've heard a lot of people tell me, oh, doctor, I've tried the exercise, it didn't work. Well, there's a certain way you have to go about it, and I'll run everybody through it quickly.
Okay.
There's a 5-step approach to it. Step 1, you have to do an assessment of fitness level before you start any exercise program.
Okay.
All right? This is done by somebody who is certified. And I'm talking here about a physiotherapist or a certified physical instructor.
So you can't just wake up and say you're going on.
No, absolutely no. And that's what a lot of people do. Oh, I'm going to start exercising. They do it like a New Year resolution or something. I'm going to start exercising, and then they start. So step 1, you see, we have to assess your fitness level.
Okay.
So everybody has an idea of where they are, what they can do. But if you go and see a physical therapist, he'll sit you down and take you through a series of things for us to know where you are physically and what you can do, what you can tolerate, and what you cannot tolerate.
Okay.
We'll also then do things like your body mass index, your abdominal circumference, and all of those things. And then a doctor would evaluate whether or not you are okay to start. Step 2 is to design a fitness program.
Okay.
So in designing a fitness program, we will define certain targets for you. Why do you want to start there? Is it because you want to lose weight? Is it because you want to play sports. At a certain level?
Right.
Is it because you want to strengthen certain, or you are recuperating from an illness or injury and therefore you need to strengthen certain parts? So we'll design a fitness program that is appropriate for you.
Okay.
Step 3 is to assemble your equipment. Kofi, a lot of the time people stop exercising because, oh, my feet hurt. I tried it from 1 week and no, my feet hurt, or my hips hurt, or my back hurt. It is because you are wearing the wrong type of footwear.
Wow.
Do your shoes breathe? For example, are you wearing the right apparel for exercising? You know, people are wearing nylon in our environment and trying to exercise. You know, so you must get the right type of apparel. You must get the right type of footwear that takes good care of your feet, takes good care of your knees, take good care of your back. So you don't just take anything at all and then you exercise with it. That's what I mean by step 3, assembling the right gear. Step 4, you actually have to get started. So a lot of people go through all the steps, and then when we tell them to come and actually get started, then we don't see them again at our gym. You know. Also, when you are getting started, it's a good idea to start with a partner.
Why? Why?
Well, because the default rate, Kofi, when people do it alone, you know, it's very high. Somebody will encourage you.
Yeah.
You see, 4 o'clock you want to sleep, or 4:30 you are sleeping. Then maybe Philip will call you and say, Charlie, how are ya?
Yeah, but you see, the reason why it's not as if I don't agree. I remember there was a time, one of my resolutions. I used to have resolutions, not anymore though. But I used to have resolutions, and one of the things that that I didn't like so much with having a partner when, for example, you're going on jogging is that maybe you are much stronger, maybe you're slimmer, okay, and then they want you to run at the very pace that they are running.
Going, yes.
But you know,
they're training for the Olympics. Meanwhile, we are doing area Olympics.
So why do you always have to have a partner?
No, okay. So again, you're taking a partner to motivate you. You know, so you're all jogging, all right. He can go ahead of you, go and wait for you at a point, but it's just to make sure that you don't fall behind or you don't quit entirely. You can also join a gym. You know, and then also, lastly, continuous monitoring. Continuous monitoring. Your exercise activity must be supervised so that whatever objectives that have been set out, we make sure we are achieving them. So these are the 5 steps you have to go through if you are going to start a physical exercise program. All right. The second approach is that we have medicines. Well, I'm a physician. I've prescribed some of these medicines. I do prescribe some of these medicines, and I will tell you honestly that the efficacy of these medicines in terms of resolving obesity problems is like tossing a coin. I mean, you don't know which side it's going to come up. You know, so I would leave that for doctors, and if you get to the point where your doctor thinks he can help you with some medicine to help you lose weight, So that is also another strategy.
Right.
The fourth strategy or the third strategy is surgery.
Okay.
When I was in med school, I had the opportunity of having an attachment in a hospital in the US, and that unit dealt with bariatric surgery, weight loss surgery. So we just reduce the size of your stomach, to a small pouch so that you eat less.
Oh,
you
wow.
eat less and then you eat slowly, because the evidence also abounds that a lot of people who carry more than they should tend to have a very, very big appetite. So the whole idea of the surgery, this is not a liposuction type of surgery where we are taking away the fat.
Yeah.
This one, we're actually reducing the size of your stomach.
Okay.
So you eat slowly over a period like an hour or two, just to eat a very small portion. So you eat small portions and then you eat slowly. This is called bariatric surgery.
Bariatric surgery. Does it mean that when that portion of your stomach is reduced, you are free from obesity?
No, you're not. So we're going to reduce your calorie intake. That's it. That's what we're going to do. But the results are striking, especially if the assessment has been made that you eat too much and you can't seem to stop eating. All right. Then the decision is taken to reduce the size of your stomach. And then over a period, we'll put in the physical activity, exercise, and all of that, and then it tends to reduce weight.
Okay, thank you very much.
The biggest approach is always diet. And at this moment, I think I'd like to bring
Yaira should talk about it. So, listeners, we're still in the conversation with Dr. Yaira Osafo, Dr. Yao Osafo.
Nice combination. We like that. So Yaira is the Dr. Osafo.
Yes. So we have Dr. Yao Osafo in the building. We also have Yaira in the building. Our phones have been activated, 0302-216-541. Yaira is going to talk about the fourth way that we can, fourth approach to obesity. I think one of them has been exercise and physical activity, medicines, and of course surgery. So whilst we activate the phones, Yaira, kindly talk us about the dietary modification.
Okay, so just as Doc has said, there are different approaches to managing obesity. However, the dietary approach seems to be very pivotal when it comes to either of the management strategies that you go for.
Right.
Now, there are various projections or people have proposed a whole lot of strategies, products that you can take to lose weight, things that you can do to lose weight. However, these things haven't been proven to be very sustainable. Some of them are the use of lemon juice in hot water in the morning. People are taking all sorts of things, castor oil. People are drinking all sorts of concoctions with the aim of losing weight. Now, the thing is that these products tend to have a certain kind of laxative effect. So you may end up having something we call frequent defecation. So, or sometimes people end up developing diarrhea, people vomit, and all these things can lead to dehydration. Now, when you are dehydrated, there's a lot of health implications that could also come with that. And so it's usually not recommended to go in for those magic weight loss strategies. Let's go for the healthy approaches. Now, the healthy approach involves the main thing, which is calorie restriction. So the main food components that account for calories, we have the carbohydrates, we have the fats. Proteins also account for calories or energy in our meals. Then we also have alcohol, which also contributes some amount of energy when it is taken in. So all these things are considered. We reduce your calories after we have estimated your calorie requirements, your energy requirements. So if, say, the person's requirement needs 2,000, because you are obese and want to reduce your energy intake, we put you on a, say, 1,500 kilocalorie diet. Now, this is where you would be eating lesser than your body needs, and your body will fall on your fat stores, to provide you with energy for your daily activities. Then while you also do physical activity, you tend to use more energy than you are taking in. That is when we would be seeing results from a weight loss regimen. It's not about the magic 1 week, 2 weeks thing.
Okay.
Now,
Please let me also reiterate my phone lines. It's 0302-216-541. You're going to continue, Yayira, but I have a caller on the line. Hello.
Okay.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So I have two questions. One, what is the effect of eating fast on weight gain? Does the person who eats slower gain less weight than the person who eats fast? Because I tend to eat faster usually. And then two, my second question is on... oh, come on, I just lost my second question. So the second question is, I took a Procold 3 days ago. The following day, I realized that my hunger pangs have really gone up. Was it because of the Procold? Because I'm very short about and I'm forced to eat. So what could be the reason why I'm feeling very, very hungry? In the last yesterday, today, I've been feeling very hungry at very short intervals. Thank you very much.
Doc.
Yeah, right. Okay, so second question first. We're not sure quite about the Procold thing. So Procold has a mix of, it's not just one single active ingredient in there. It has different ingredients in there. It's usually a medicine we take when we have some form of a viral cold. Right. So we're not able to be sure exactly whether it's one of the components that increases appetite or not. The first question was about whether if you eat faster or if you eat slowly, it contributes to weight gain. Well, think about when we do the bariatric surgery. One of the objectives of reducing the size of your stomach is for you to eat slowly. So how many of us would commit to spending 1 hour, for example, just eating, sitting down and eating?
That's difficult.
Over an hour. Typically, you would not. You would not spend that because you just want to finish breakfast and go on, or finish lunch and then go on. Yes. So we hope that if you eat slowly, you don't tend to eat a lot, generally. But when we were in secondary school, I remember the Rablo approach, boil rice in the dormitory or something, and then we are eating it in a rush.
Like
You would tend to eat more if you eat very fast, and therefore you would take in a lot more calories. So I would say that would be the point of difference between those who eat slowly than those who eat speedily.
Okay.
Yes,
the number again is 0302-216-541. We have Dr. Yao Osafo and Yayira in here. We're talking about obesity and how to lose it. If you have any questions, please go ahead and give us a call on 0302-216-541. Yayira.
All right. So about eating slowly, okay, it's one of the strategies we use for weight loss, in that the longer time you spend with food, the higher the probability of you losing interest in eating the food, especially when the portion is very large. You get tired of the food. And then we also look at using smaller utensils. So if your spoon, previously you were using a tablespoon, now you would use a teaspoon.
Okay.
So if the food is plenty, the number of times you keep moving your hand and up and down, you get tired and then you stop eating the food at a point. So these are strategies that help us. So people think that with our local foods, it's difficult to follow a weight loss strategy or a weight loss regimen, because when you go online you see broccoli and you see cauliflower and things, but these are not common to us. So I want us to understand that our setting, the foods we have, they also are things you can eat to lose weight. So an example, for someone who eats a wachi, that the person's wachi, we have salad in there, some small salad, you have macaroni, you have shito and all. If you want to lose weight, the alternative would be to reduce the quantity of the wachi. If you had stew and shito, now you choose one,
either
because
stew or shito.
Both of them are bringing oil, and the more the oil, the more the calories that they contribute. So if you choose shito alone, you have reduced the calories. If you had gari macaroni salad, now put gari macaroni out and increase the salad quantity. If you had fried beef and egg, now put the fried beef aside and take your boiled egg. You have reduced the calorie content of the meals, but you are still taking your wachi altogether. So it's not that our meals here cannot be used for weight loss. They can be used. You just need to seek the help of an expert to help you select the right things and know how best to reduce your calories. Then we also have a strategy where you'd have to consider the alcohol consumption. So most of the time we take alcoholic beverages for pleasure, or maybe for some
Everyone we're sad.
emotional distress or anything. The important thing is that no one is saying don't take your alcohol, but then you should factor the energy the alcohol is contributing in your day's total energy intake. In that sense, you would not be exceeding your requirements, and then you are limiting your chances of being obese through your intake.
Okay. Doc, I have a question in here.
Sure.
Someone says, I don't know, somehow I think I have the answer though, but I want you to answer it from your perspective. It says, I've always tried to lose weight, exercise, dieting, and what have you. In as much as I'm very fit per observation on hindsight and other medical results, I keep bloating. Even when I'm going through stress, I keep bloating. Can I conclude that I can't ever lose weight because it's genetic?
Oh, no. Everybody can lose weight. Everybody can lose weight. It depends on the strategy. One, we need to actually firm up the diagnosis and also implement the strategy. The most important thing is making a determination of your calorie needs in a 24-hour period, and then getting what we call a calorie deficit. So that's why people like Yaya are very, very important in terms of the work that they do. How do you calculate your calorie requirements? There's a simple rule of thumb, for example, which says that 10 calories per pound of your current weight is what you need. All right?
Yeah.
That's just something that everybody can do at home. But then there's also a definite way of going about it, which a dietitian will help you to sort out. So that when we know what your calorie requirement is in a day, then we'll ask you what you are eating, and then we will see whether or not you are overdoing it or underdoing it. But what we want to do is that we will reduce your calories so that you have a calorie deficit, and you definitely lose the weight. Okay,
thank you very much, Dr. Yaira. I really believe that Philip is going to give us another chance to continue this conversation, because there are a lot of questions.
I think next week we'll do open clinic. Let's do open clinic next week, where we take just questions, no discussions. It's just questions on obesity.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Dr. Yao Osafo and the Yaira. Actually, I keep confusing your name. But this has been Drive Chat. We can keep the conversation going on our Twitter. It's Drive on Joy. Mamiesi Thompson is standing by with news at 5.